Guys, we're rolling. Episode number 94 on Thanksgiving. Cheers. Oi, down the hatch. Get my water here. I'm drinking wine today. I was drinking red wine because I'm classy. Now, check it out. Families are arguing on Thanksgiving. Why? Why are you doing that? Right? Now, most of my family, we've gotten rid of having dinner with any outside family other than the immediate brother and sister, mother and father, right? But I hear stories all the time where my boys are upset of having to go to, like, say, their mother-in-laws or something like that to go because the mother-in-law or the father-in-law gives a little attitude. So here's what you do, guys. So there's a time now that you've gotten older. You've gotten older and you need to just put up with stuff that you don't agree with. Just put up with it. Just to get through it. Who cares if your mother-in-law doesn't agree with your political opinions? Who gives a shit? And for one, why even bring up political shit at the dinner table anyways? Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. Don't bring up religion. Don't bring up politics. Just make jokes. That's it. And if they say something crazy that you don't agree with, just let it roll. Because what does it matter? What if you win the argument anyways? What do you get out of it? Nothing, right? Just go, I see how you deal. See, I should have put out this podcast before Thanksgiving. Maybe if I can change one of your minds, just one person out there, to go into their family dinner and sit there and take all the opinions and thoughts, horrible jokes and terrible long stories, because nobody knows how to get to a beginning, middle, and end of a story. Nobody's funny. If you have one of those families where nobody's funny, God, that's gotta be the worst. Where no one's funny. Everything is serious. Did you see this? Did you see what's going on in Ukraine? Hey, yeah, I did. I saw the same bullshit that they're showing us here. Leave it alone, right? Or you just agree with them. What does it fucking matter? What does it matter? Just deal with it. Because in the long run, like, we don't all agree on shit, right? You don't agree with your mother on everything or your father on everything. But at this age, right, you're middle-aged. They're at the latter age. Well, let them have it. Just let them have it. Like, let them have their opinion. You don't need to top their opinion. Let them have it, right? It's like when your kids, if you have kids, it's like if your kids start giving you guff over some bullshit, right? Some political bullshit, some woke bullshit that they've learned in school, and then they bring it home and they start talking about white privilege, or they start talking about all the shit that they don't know a damn thing about because they're in college, because you're paying for their college or their high schools. But just let them have it. It's hard to let them have it as far as the kids go. But I imagine if your kid's kind of spouting off with some bullshit, you just try to correct them in a calm manner. See, I don't have kids, and I'm never going to have kids. But that's how I would handle things, I think. I would just go, oh, okay, I see how you deal with that, but this is how I feel. But sometimes they can be real snotty. I know kids can be snotty, but that's not what we're talking about here. What I want to get into your guys' brains for now on to see if I can change one person out there, and that is to just let them have their opinions. You don't need to crowbar your opinions in on it. Because, look, I got boys where they don't speak to their families. They don't speak to members of their family. They don't speak to their father now because he's a Trump supporter and you hate Trump, right? Who gives a shit if he likes Trump or not? Look, your father is supposed to be on the conservative end, right? A little bit. Your father's supposed to be watching Fox News. There's a comedian named Shane Gillis, and he has a funny joke where my father watches Fox News, And he said, it's okay. All your fathers watch Fox. That's good. That's a good father. That's what you want. Now, Fox News mother, not so much. She smokes in the house. That's his joke. So definitely not my thoughts. But it makes a lot of sense there. It's true. Because you don't want your, the part of the other joke is, what if your dad's a CNN dad and he's, we need to start thinking about renewable energy. And he's one of those guys, which not a bad idea, actually. But the point is, the joke is you don't want that sissy father. You want that hard-nosed father that wants to go to work. So whoever he likes, here's a good exercise. Go ahead and practice the art of understanding where other people's opinions come from, right? Especially if you love your father and you respect your father or mother or cousin or whatever, brother. Go ahead and just let them have their opinion. Why do you need to top it? Especially for the sake of the argument. And by the way, don't bring it up. If they bring it up, just go, okay, cool, and move along. You want to know what we talk about at our dinner table? Prank phone calls, music, movies, dumb ass shit. We talk about dumb shit. And I do it on purpose, right? I purposely talk about fucking Sausage Party, that movie Sausage Party. It's a dumb movie that I love. I think it's brilliant. I think it's clever. And it's dumb. Talk about dumb shit. Have fun, smile, laugh. You fucking idiots. You fucking idiots over there. You want to impose your political views when you fucking work at Vons. Or you work at AAA. Or you work at the shoe store. Or you work, whatever, a car salesman. Shut the fuck up about politics. Because you know as much as they do. Nothing. Are you in the White House, motherfucker? Are you in there? Do you know shit? You only know what stream you saw, what podcast you listened to, what newscast you saw. The only thing they wanted you to watch. You didn't make up your own mind about it. You didn't make it up. You saw it on your phone while you're taking a shit in the morning. Right? You got up, go to work, went to the bathroom to take a dump. You opened up your phone, and NATO was on the phone. Was on the screen. So you go, you read a headline, and now you bring that poison back to the dinner table. Shut up about it. Shut up about it. From my voice to your ears. Even if you respect your family, keep your opinions to yourself, unless they're fun opinions, right? You want to know what else we talked about? Fake boobs. We talked about plastic surgery at our dinner table. It was funny. It was actually, we wanted to know a lot about it, why some of these women go so big. And of course, you know who brought that up, me. But I think we enjoy that because it's light. It's lighthearted, guys. And we get to make fun of other people and not ourselves and not each other. But it's fun to make fun of each other because, look, I've had this in previous podcasts. Some of you guys don't know how to ball bust. You're the worst at it. You don't even know you're in a ball busting conversation. There's a skill to it. It's making fun of somebody and making it funny and lighthearted. Sometimes you can go, Ian, I listen to your podcast. You definitely are not lighthearted on some of your boys you're talking to. Well, could be true. But we've been boys most of us been friends a long time. I can say whatever the fuck, anytime. For the most part, I'm not going to dig up real painful shit. But you know what I mean. And I think I'm going to start a class. I'm going to start a ball busting class for you people that have no idea how to be friends with one another. I bust my father's balls because I love them. Right? I bust my brother's balls. I love them. Okay? It's fun to break balls. My mother, I make fun of my mom all the time. And there's ways to make fun of. You just make fun of funny things, and we still laugh about it. We still laugh about it. It's important to laugh with your loved ones, you fucking idiots. It sounds like I'm heated, but I kind of am because by the way, I do enjoy these stories. I do enjoy family breakdown stories when they're at the dinner table. It's supposed to be a nice time. You guys are eating, and especially look, if you got teenage kids too, where their hormones are going crazy and they can't, their emotions are going crazy, and they go, "Dad, you don't know," right? They think the parents don't know shit because they're at some woke school or something, and it's a whole family, and then you got one kid with a mask on, which I did see while walking my dogs when I got home today. Fed my dogs, walked them around the block, and you can see in people's windows, nice houses around here, and you can see in people's windows, it's a family full of people, and there's one girl wearing a mask. Now, it's cool. Who knows why the mask and who whatever. I'm just making assumptions. I'm just thinking of maybe she's one of those people that's like, I want to show you I'm on the left. So I'm going to wear this mask, and I'm afraid of COVID, even though I'm sitting at a dinner table eating your food inside this house, and the whole family is upset that I'm here and wearing a mask, I'm sure. Now, having said that, unless, she's got leukemia, but that's a stretch if that's true. So I'm just saying, from my voice to your ears, please, for the love of God, don't take up political, religion, anything like that, race issues. Leave it alone. Unless you guys are telling race jokes, then those are funny. Telling jokes are funny. We were talking about how we used to make prank phone calls. That's funny. And what's even funnier about it is when my father made prank phone calls when he was a kid. That's hilarious. And they had different little things to say than we did. Right? Remember this one? You call up a house, you say, "Is your refrigerator running?" And they go, "Yeah, it's running." "Well, then go catch it." Ha ha ha. And then we'd hang up. It's dumb as fuck, but for some reason we as kids loved it. Right? Prank phone calls. What else did we do? We did a ding dong ditch 'em. Remember that one? Ding dong ditch 'em, where you ring the doorbell and then you take off running, and you either hide behind the bushes to watch them answer the door, and no one's there, and they're just looking around. For some reason, you think that's funny. For some reason. But see, kids definitely don't do that anymore, which I'm glad, because if I got ding dong ditched, I'd be pissed. I'd be that old man in, was it Billy Madison? The goddamn kids again. The flaming bag of shit. See, I never did that. I egged a few houses. Yeah, I did a little egging, but that wasn't my bag, dude. I didn't really want to fuck with people's property. I never really enjoyed that. That really wasn't my deal. What I did enjoy one time when I was doing telemarketing, and this was many, many years ago, and one of the lists in the telemarketing was this lady, is probably this nice lady that worked for a nonprofit convalescent home, and her first name was Gay. It was Gaye, Gay, and I can't remember her last name was. Anyways, she would answer the phone, "This is Gay," and the first time I heard it, I was like, "Wait, what?" And I just hung up. Like, I freaked out. I hung up. It was silly to me and I hung up. So I called it back, and she goes, "This is Gay," and I was like, "It sure is." I had to hung up. And I circled her name on this list because I called her every day just to hear her answer the phone, "This is Gay." I know it's immature. I know it's silly. And you can go, "Well, Ian, you were young. You were 21 or so when I was doing that telemarketing job. 19, 21, maybe one of those." And, but look, and I would put it on speakerphone and let everybody else hear it too. I'd be like, "Listen," she'd be like, "Hello, this is Gay." I go, "It sure is." And I'd hang up. And I'd do that all the time, So it's silly. It's dumb. And you go, "Well, Ian, you were young." Yeah, I would do it now too. Fuck it. You know what I mean? But those are the things you talk about. Bring up dumb shit. Bring up fucking plastic surgery freaks. Bring up phony phone calls. Bring that up. That's funny. It's fun. But man, I'm telling you, Like if you're listening to my voice right now and you've had one of these arguments in your household during a Thanksgiving or something, I actually want to hear about it. You know, I know I'm talking shit about how you let that happen, but I love hearing these stories. I mean, my boy got a long time ago. He got into a fist fight with his sister. Now that we were younger, so you know, now if he got in a fist fight, it'd be fucking weird because you're grown up. But you get in these fist fights over nonsense, over whatever, you know, whatever's on television. And some of you don't speak to your family because of a dumb political view. Hey, who cares? Say you're a Biden guy and your dad's a Trump guy, right? So what? Biden and Trump don't even know you exist. They don't give a fuck about you. And for the most part, they don't give a fuck about the most of us, right? Let's be honest. And it's okay if you like those guys. Look, I think it's important to try to back your president because we want our president to be good, right? Like, isn't that the idea? Like, we hope our president. Now, it turns out that they're not good. Turns out they suck a lot of times, but they are politicians. And a career politician that's an odd move, man. That's an odd thing to be as a career politician. And I do believe ultimately you get into that line of business. I'd like to believe you get into that line of business to do good, much like a police officer. You know, I think police officers get into that line of business they want to serve and protect. I think originally that's what they want to do. And then the system kind of fucks with them, turns them into assholes, fat donut-eating assholes, right? I think that happens sometimes. And it's the system within they work, right? It's their police chief or whoever runs their area. I don't even know what it's called. Precinct, is that the right word? I heard that on movies. But yeah, and I think they got to write a certain amount of tickets. So you got to do a bunch of bullshit jobs. You know, you got to, like, how do you do that? How do you do that job? How do you do that job where you go around writing people tickets for like a seatbelt ticket or a tinted window ticket? Or you know, like, how do you do that for a job? Because you're not helping anybody. What you're doing is, this guy's going to work. He forgot to put on his seatbelt. And he may be struggling, right? He may be struggling. And you just gave him a $130 ticket, whatever that is nowadays for seatbelt tickets. And that could really break him. You know what I mean? And you don't give a fuck. Now, your boy here, I've gotten 4 seatbelt tickets in my life. Is that ridiculous or what? I used to drive for a living. I used to deliver parts for my dad's business a long time ago. And I just hate wearing a seatbelt. I hate it. I still don't. And but I'd get a ticket, and what sucks about seatbelt tickets is they double every time you get another one. So one is $80, right? The next one's $160. You know, they just keep going. Next one's $240. So it's like it just goes up and up. I got 4 of them, believe it or not. Isn't that crazy? I didn't get 4 seatbelt tickets. I've gotten so many tickets. My license has been suspended twice for too many tickets. And it's all for bullshit, right? It's all for seatbelts, tinted windows, just dumb shit, not merging correctly, you know, and I drove all day, and I would get it all at work, you know, but, I mean, it's really silly. Now, I beat one of those tickets because it was bullshit, and that felt good, man. That felt real good when I beat that ticket, because basically I got pulled over for a seatbelt, or no, I think I got pulled over for tinted windows. And, you know, like a fix-it ticket. And which the fix-it ticket is you fix it, but you still got to pay. I just don't think you pay as much or something. I don't know if they still do those. But when he hit the lights on me, I quickly turned left and parked on the other side because there was cars on the other side. Anyways, he gave me another ticket for not merging to the right, because that's what you're supposed to do when a police officer pulls you over. You're supposed to merge to the right. So I fought that ticket. I was like, fuck you, I'm taking you to court with that. And he actually showed up. And the judge was like, well, did he pull over immediately when he saw the lights? The officer says, yes, ma'am, he did. And she goes, okay, well then, so what? I'm going to get rid of that. Just pay the handle. Did you handle the tinted windows? I said, yes, ma'am, I did. She goes, okay, you guys may leave. Done and done. That felt good. Felt good to win one. And me and that officer walked out. He was behind me. I closed that door behind me. I wasn't holding that door open for that motherfucker. Later. You know, like, how do you become that guy? When do you become that police officer where you're just giving tickets? Oh, you didn't merge over to the right. Like, these jobs, how do you become a meter maid? How does that happen? Right? How do you become a meter maid? You're giving people, you're fucking up people's day. That's what you do for a living, is you ruin people's day. You're not making any. Now, I guess you have to have some sort of parking enforcement. But the person that's giving these tickets out when they're 2 minutes past this meter or whatever, it's really ridiculous. How do you become that person? How does that happen? How do you become that person that works at these tow yards that are towing people's cars away? And then they have to go pay you $300 to get it out, $350 or something, just to get their car back. You basically stole their car for ransom, is what you did, because they parked in a no parking zone. It's 2 a.m. There's nobody around. You're just trying to get to your car. My car's been stolen. And yes, my car has been stolen, actually. But my car has been impounded quite a few times for not parking somewhere. You know, I did live in Hollywood, so I got towed a lot. And it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Now, I'm a grown man. It's fine. I'll figure it out. Right? I'll go get it. I'll go get the goddamn car. I'll bitch why I do it. Go fuck yourself. Now, I've seen where they've left girls stranded. You know, they come out from the club right there on Hollywood Boulevard. They didn't see the sign that's hidden by the tree, right? They didn't see the sign. And they're crying. They're upset because they're in Hollywood. They probably live in Covina or something. And they went out for a nice little club night. And now they're stranded out there. Right? So now they have to figure it out. They're scared. It's stranded. It's 2:30 a.m. on Hollywood Boulevard where there's a bunch of fucking homeless people and morons. And you just did that to this girl. Put her in danger. How can you do that? Maybe give her a ticket. Fuck it. Okay, go ahead and give her a ticket. You just towed her car away. That's fucked up. How do you do that for a living? I don't understand. You got to hate yourself, man. You got to hate your job. You got to hate yourself. Because I think ultimately that, you know, unless you're a sociopath where you just don't give a fuck, you know, and any of these guys in the tow yards, they never, when you look at them, they never look like they take care of themselves, right? They never look in shape. They never look happy. They always got a big 5 o'clock shadow. They're never shaved. So they definitely, I don't think they like themselves, man. I'm just saying, those jobs are weird. How do you do those jobs where nobody, you never get a thank you? At least you shouldn't. You never get a thank you from anyone. See, that should be like anywhere you have a job, there needs to be a thank you somewhere in that job, right? Any job. Think of any job you do. Somebody somewhere says thank you because you're helping somebody with a service or a supply. Anything, right? They say thank you. Now, when you're towing people's car, you've ruined everybody's day, maybe even some of their lives, because they just moved to Hollywood from fucking buttfuck nowhere, Nebraska, right? They got one shitty car. They maybe got $10 to their name because they're trying to make it in whatever art they're trying to make it in, and you just towed their car away, right? They can't get that car out, and guess what happens when you can't get that car out? Well, the money goes up. It goes up another day. They charge you every day that's there. So, see, now I'm starting to get myself in a mood. Now I'm on a mood, man. You know, I originally went into the podcast ready to give some advice on how to take care of your parents, your cousins, your brothers on mouthing off, and now I'm all upset about these stupid jobs. Jesus Christ. But anyways, yeah, man, Thanksgiving. Have a good one. I'm out. Cheers.